Right.
What is going
Yep.
on? Family ties, Call of Duty. We are back with another match. Right now, we have the Guerillas versus the Hollow Knights. And let me make sure I'm not 100% if we have a head to head matchup for these guys. But the map set Skyline, Red Card, Proto, Vault, Rewind. We got two very AR dominant maps when it comes to Red Card, and on that map for Vault, Hardpoint. It can get mixy in that P1 with the submachine gun. However, I do think that it is more of an AR preferred map, especially towards that P4, towards that outer P3 area on those hedges and on that open pool area, sometimes through that top hall. So, and then Rewind, that's a good 50-50 map. You have those inside areas, but again, I think as you guys saw in that last series, that Rewind map 5, a lot of big AR fights happening in those outer lanes. So let's hop right into this Skyline. This map, however, gonna be very, I apologize, gonna be very sub heavy. But I'm going to go ahead and switch those over. Benny Boy, going to get into the point. Desi and Novo combined for 3 to start this map. And, of course, I have the teams on the wrong side. Going to have to fix it. I probably should have seen that before the match started, but it's all good. I almost had it like this to begin with. And then switched it around thinking that they would be on the opposite side. But all right, so far, a very even game throughout that P1, keeping it very mixy. Both teams trying to get hot here. I mean, slaying just about even as well. These teams going neck and neck to start this map, and hopefully that is a preview of what we can expect for this series, because that last one was a tight one, going all the way to that map 5, to that round 10. And I mean, I'm sorry for all the viewers at home that wanted to see that round 11. I did not. I mean, I was very happy. Poison, obviously, the human cheat code, getting that 2-piece in that round 10, probably bailed us out just because we were playing a little uncomfortable, a little unorthodox. But so far, this map been very back and forth. Control now, gonna go to the Hollowknights, and they're set up here, looking to get some good time on this P2 objective. Benny Boy playing through that, playing on the hill, trying to hold this time, but now we're going to hop on over with Too Sweet as he tries to back up and hold this top side for that P3 rotation. And again, rotation's not always going to be about getting to that objective first, but it's going to be about positioning yourself around the map to where you can get that early break or get that early hold on that new objective. And so a lot of people seem to get mixed up when it comes to, and that's a big 4 dead if you are the side of the Guerillas. Maybe going to be able to create some separation here for the teams, between these teams. I apologize. The Guerillas didn't have the best showing in their first match when it came to them playing the other night. I don't remember if it was the other night. It's been about a week, I think, since that match. Got 3-0'd, but here coming out with a hot start versus those Hollow Knights. Parker trying to come through this mid side. And let me just make sure you guys don't have game audio, and I apologize for that. It's the application audio feature on OBS. For some reason, it does not always work, and I have to reset the source. But it should be fixed now. Let me know in the chat if it is. And now J-Wall with a big kill, trying to fight for these background spawns. J-Wall trying to get turned here with the AR, with the pistol, whipping both out and trying to put an impact on this game. What can he do? But now we're going to hop on board on this time with Benny Boy. Topped off a J-Wall just at the wrong time. Did not mean to miss that gunfight. But now Parker trying to come through the backside. Nick going to get this trade though. And now Nick, 11-7 start. Big for the kid. And let's see if he can keep that up and try to separate his team from the Guerillas here. The Guerillas, after a hot start, not going to be able to keep it up. And now going to find themselves in a very tough position, down 20 points going into the second rotation. And I apologize, only down 10 points, getting this last 10 seconds. So that lead may have dwindled, but it's going to be a setup here towards the top side. If you are the Hollowknights have a chance here to try and garner some map control. They have the P2 spawns. That's the preferred side. They just have to hold this top. What can J-Wall do to try and keep them from trying to break this P1 if you are the Guerillas? The Guerillas doing good to try and keep themselves in the slaying department the other night. A big part of why they lost happened to have been the fact that they got outslayed by quite a bit, and Desi Novo both kind of having a little bit better start here than in their match the other night. And you got to look at both of those guys to turn up, because those guys are the X factor. Those guys both have the ability to drop numbers when it comes to Call of Duty. You know what I mean? And that's, I don't know why I had to say when it comes to Call of Duty, but regardless, those guys have the chance to pop off. And now, towards this P2 rotation, up 20 seconds, are the side of the Hollowknights. Gonna keep this going. 3 dead. If you are the Hollowknights, the Guerillas, that lead dwindled slowly, and now gonna be in favor of the Hollowknights. Guerillas gonna have to try and break through this one. It looks like they elect to do that through that kitchen side. Nobody from the Guerillas gonna watch that push through, and now all gonna have to win these gunfights towards these guys through their backside. None of them were ready for it, and so they get broken almost immediately, and so the gap gonna be closed by the Guerillas here ever so slightly heading into that P3, unless Nick has anything to say about it. Desi playing the waiting game, patient enough, gets the 2-piece J-Wall there for the trade, and the spawns are in. If you are the Hollowknights, they're going to try and break this lead away just a little bit. 105 to 150 as we go into this P3. And now the P3 to P4 rotation is going to be huge if you are the side of the Guerillas, because you have a chance to put yourself right back in this one. But as I say that, those spawns flipped. 7, Desi trying to get through, and maybe not the best play to try and hit through that grass side. 3 players going to be looking at it, and so he's going to have to reassess. And when you're trying to break this hill, Too Sweet, might I add, gets a 3-piece, having himself a day. And now a big chance here, if you are the Guerillas, to try and get some time, try and push through and get those grass spawns. Number 7, Desi, needs to try and play his life in the back. He's not going to do that, though. He's just going to press his time. And his teammate, number 6, does spawn back there. If he can win the gunfight, that would be huge. If that doesn't happen, number 5 has to win that second one onto Nick through the backside, gets the kill, and now spawns and map control in favor of the Guerillas, slowly falling back into this game. That lead was quite big at one point if you are the Hollowknights, but here they go. Storming right back into this one is the Guerillas. Can they try to tie this game up and extend their lead? Number 8 in Robot Rod trying to get pushed out on that P1 area and keep those spawners pushed away. I apologize, switching to the wrong players. Tried to switch to Novo in that gunfight, but now trades still going in favor of the Guerillas. The Guerillas crawling their way back into this one ever so slowly. And I mean, this has been a grueler of a map. It looks like we are in for a grueler of a series. Both of these teams fighting back and forth. And this map just keeps going. And I mean, it looks like going into this P3, once again, the Guerillas gonna have the lead. And after that first rotation, and I said going into this P3, I meant to say going into this third rotation, but yeah, in that second rotation, tied going into it, and now, once again, through another rotation, just about tied, just about a 7-second lead, 8, if you are the Guerillas. The Guerillas not in that early P1 setup, though, so some time gonna be soaked here. If you are the Hollowknights want to create some more separation like they had early in the game. This is where they did it. Through that P1, through that P2, they created that lead in that second rotation. They lost it all back through that P3 and P4. And so both of these teams are going to have to figure out and try to fight and assess the way that they lost those 2 hills respectively. When it comes to the Guerillas, trying to figure out how you lost those P3 and P4s when you get to that point. And if you're the Hollow Knights, you have to slow the bleeding on this P1 and P2 and try to get back to your strong point in that P3 and P4. And it looks like they do just that. The bleeding cut just for a little bit, and they have to keep this P2 mixy because, like I said, the Guerillas had a much easier time in that P3 area. But Desi wants to end it here on P2 for the Guerillas. 184 to 202 is the score line, but the spawn might just get flipped here. J-Wall in the backside, big kill onto 2Sweet, and now all the way spawned out are the entirety of the Guerillas. What can they do to try to break through the front? Novo, 27 and 25 on the map. He's going to have to turn up just a little bit to close this one out if he wants to get his team back in this. About a 30-second lead if you are the Hollow Knights, but the Guerillas, they try their break just now. Can the three-piece come in for Novo? They line up, but he's not able to finish any of the kills. Robot Rod can't find the follow-up, so what can Desi do? And maybe we're just going to have to hop on board here with the Hollow Knights and see how they close this map out.
Wait, we still gotta keep
grass
talking.
right now. One in grass right now.
Yep.
I'm looking outer. I'm looking outer.
Everyone
Yeah, 3 and 10. 3 and 10. 3 and 10.
Enter.
Take a second.
200. Everyone going around. Just going around. Going around.
Yep.
I
I'm going to pinch. You guys make.
Everyone going around.
2 or 1 shot at a time. 2 or 1 shot at a time.
do have a streak.
Yep. One's weights. One's weight.
Matthew's
Watching the pinch. Matthew, coming to time right now.
Enter. We got
good.
Oh my god,
Let's
bro.
hit
We're getting
that.
shit on.
Dead.
Mike done.
Nice.
Robot Rod there, weak.
He's at the fireplace.
Fucking go, boys.
Easy. Snoozer. 90 ping. 90
Let's
ping.
fucking go, baby.
90 ping. Snooze.
All right, and the listen in to close out the map. I hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of celebration at the end there. And I mean, that was fantastic. The listen in, very passionate, very loud in the comms when it comes to the Hollow Knights there. They were ready to close that map out, and they were letting those comms flow. The passion was there. And so, a very close game on the map 1. Robot Rod gonna have to turn up there, help his team out just a little bit. Again, Benny Boy not doing too much better, so it's not as if both teams didn't have one player on the struggle bus. Can't only blame it on him, but you gotta hope next time he can do just a little bit better than that to try and help his team close out that W there. But the map 1 victory, 250 to 204 for the side of the Hollow Knights. And the players confused about spawns in the chat, trying to figure out how they lost that time, and I don't blame them. Sometimes that Skyline map does get mixy. And so, what a map 1 from both of these teams. I think we all know how. No, stream just got muted. Was that during the listen in? Because I think I fixed it. I see. You guys are muting because J-Wall was in the listen. I understand. I mean, I don't, because I've never had an interaction with J-Wall, but, you know, I see what you mean now. I didn't understand what you meant at first. So, a great map 1 from both teams, and I'm sorry I didn't fix the score to show at the top. The Hollow Knights gonna take that one. And let me go ahead and flip these guys around, just like I did in game. Go ahead and put the Guerillas on this side. And so it is a 1-0 series going into the red card. But if I had to say, I don't think that this one is going to end the way that first series the Guerillas found themselves in. Ended up finishing out. I do know that the Guerillas did get 3-0'd, but this one looks to be a little bit closer of a matchup. If you're the Guerillas, you have a little bit better chance here to try and get into the series here and try to tie this one up 1-1. So here we are. Let's hop on board with, let's go with Too Sweet. I mean, let's just say hypothetical third pick. Or actually, I'm sorry, hypothetical tier 4. He was the captain. Was Too Sweet, and he's not going to be getting in any engagements here because this is going to be a fast A push out of the side of the Hollowknights. A heat check round 1 towards that A objective, and now they have full control of this. They're just going to get separated and put that bomb down and try to waste as much time as possible. Number 8, though, might find a timing onto number 1 through the backside here in J-Wall, but J-Wall actually might flip that timing on its head and get it for himself, but a lot of awkward things going down. What is number 8 doing in Robot Rod? Trying to slowly encroach onto this site. Can he find a kill? Gonna get spotted out, and he does get taken out. The 3v2 is gonna stay in favor of the Hollowknights. No choking on that round. And hopefully if they do end up taking the lead here in the map, they don't choke it like my team did in the map 2 previous series. And so Parker, 2-0 start. Big out of him if their team wants to keep this series going the way it is. Trying to lead this one 2-0 would be big. Only 4 matches for each team in the pool play. Split, so only 10 teams this time, not 12. Every match matters just a little bit more because of that, and it looks like a quick B hit towards this outer, but they're just going to play it patient, breaking in all at once together. A big team push here. If you are the Hollowknights, Benny Boy, if you are the Guerillas, and Benny Boy gonna get a team, or gonna kill himself by accident with the grenade, and now Parker and Benny Boy both get taken out, and so 2v4 if you are J-Wall, if you are Nick and J-Wall. A bit of an awkward gunfight, gonna get taken out. Nick in the 1v4, not gonna be able to get it done at all. A 1-1 game, and a big response if you are the Guerillas not wanting this series to stay the way it has so far. Not been clean for the Guerillas, and I just noticed, and it's bothering me very much, that the graphic on the stream is just slightly out of place. I'm not even sure how it got moved. Where's my mouse? I gotta fix that because that's gonna bother me 100%. There we go. Should be fixed, and I do apologize for that. But a quick B push if you are the side of the Hollowknights, and another heat check towards the other side of the map. Will it work out like it did in that first round? If Parker continues to get kills like he has, it just may very well work out that way. And I just keep jumbling over my words. I apologize. But it should work out that way if Parker can keep it up. I mean, a great map 2 out of him after a slow map 1. And I mean, they did clutch up that map 1. And I'm not going to say slow map 1, but just, you know, not as impressive as you always want it to be. You can always do better. And right now, he is in the map 2. But going to lose the round to the Guerillas there. Big plays out of Novo to keep themselves into this one. A 2-1 lead in the search and destroy. And so the Guerillas want their get back here. Don't want this series to end in a 3-0. And so a quick hit towards this A site. Maybe trying to play for a pick. I do know not J-Wall, but Desi, the player we're spectating, and Novo, usually going to be comfortable towards these open areas, towards these big gunfights. Novo with the AR, trying to just maintain his life, trying to maybe get a pick, even this round out just a little bit. If you are the Guerillas, now a 3v2, a chance here for Novo and Too Sweet to clutch the 2v4, but Benny Boy gonna shut all hopes of that down. Too Sweet stuck mid-map. I don't know if these players know exactly where he's at, and it does seem like they do. Gonna play safe, play together, and actually, I think he might have gotten out with his life. Benny Boy might be able to give up his here. Not be able to, but might give his up here. But Too Sweet not gonna be able to find it. Gets through the backside. Maybe has a little bit of a sneaky gap, but J-Wall gonna spot him out, and he does eventually get taken out. And so, tied 2-2 in the map 2. Back and forth these teams go. Map 1, very much the same. If you're just tuning in, this series has been a close one, and hopefully it maintains its that, because I mean, both of these teams just trying everything to keep themselves in it. And I mean, we just want the Guerillas maybe to try and tie this up here. But let's hop on board with Nick. That first pick, if you are on that Hollowknights team, Benny Boy, second pick in the draft, went ahead and took Nick. Knew he was a great option. Always putting up the numbers, being a consistent player for his teams. And now does read the pinch on a Robot Rod. Can't find the second through the top side. Parker, though, with the trade. Desi on the pinch. And now Parker all left alone in a 1v2. But he should be able to try and make this 2 1v1s if he can find the gunfights quick. These players trying to regroup, and it looks like they will. So not going to be a 1v1 in either of these gunfights, and he's not even going to be able to slide away with the bomb. And so, a tough round if you are the Guerillas. I mean, I'm sorry, the Guerillas. I meant to say tough round if you are the Hollowknights. Nothing going there. Just a little uncomfortable. Maybe a little more prepared for that A-side push are the Guerillas. Desi with a big pinch there. And he's 6-3 on a 3 streak. Let's hop on board with him. See if he can lead his team to tie this series up. And they need that first win in the split if you are the Guerillas. Because going 0-2 in a 4-match split, not ideal. Best you can hope for at that point is 500, and they don't want that to be their hopes. They want that to be their valleys. They want that to be their low point. They're shooting for the stars if they are the Guerillas. Do I say and so too much, Lars? I apologize. But a big 2 kills from Desi and Co. Too Sweet combining with him. And I'm sorry, not Too Sweet, but Robot Rod with the kill there. And he does get taken out. Desi maybe needed to play his life just a little bit more there with the bomb down. But Novo gonna be able to get the first kill. Can he get away with his life? Gonna run right into the gunfight. Not able to do it, and maybe should have gotten out there rather than... And I understand what he was trying to do, because I think he assumed that player was playing through that bottom side, and possibly attempting to try and get through there and get in that camera positioning and shoot him in the back. However, I would have liked him to take the less risky play there, just run away, play his life, waste some time. Only needed 12 seconds. So, Novo gonna lose the round. Let's stay on board with him on this defense and see if he's going to find a gunfight early, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case, because this push going to go to B. Too Sweet putting some shots down. Going to get a kill on to Nick, a big first blood, taking out that hypothetical tier 1, that first pick, and he's 7-4 on the map, doing a lot of work for this Hollowknights team. And so on this defense, that puts the Guerillas in a very good position. And I'm not sure where these next gunfights are going to go down at. Number 6, has 2 right in front of him, gets the first, and now Benny Boy and Parker left in this 2v3. Benny Boy gonna get taken out, and now Parker all alone. And I said 2v3, it was a 2v4, now a 1v4. Can Parker do it? Gonna find the first. And so, a mountain to climb, but so far, the first hill has been conquered. Can he find the other 3? Only 29 seconds to work with, and maybe just going to try and sneak back into this B site, hoping that they rotated, but not going to be the case. They're going to be there waiting for him. And no worries, Lars. I do know that I have those keywords that I like to throw out there sometimes to try and keep the commentary flowing. And sometimes I use them a little bit too much, just trying not to have some dead air and have the commentary be boring. So I thought it was funny. So let's go into this round number 8. A lead for the Guerillas. And they're going to be aggressive towards this B side. It looks like a full counter coming out of the Hollowknights, and these gunfights might go down very quickly. Robot Rod with the bomb, going to stick with his team. And now they're going to reassess this. This whole hit towards this ticking control, very big for the side of the Hollowknights. Benny Boy with an aggressive play to get the first blood and get out with his life. And a very good play from Benny Boy. Only 2 and 6 to start this map, but that chow, that kill, getting out with his life is a huge kill on the round and probably guaranteed it here if you are the Hollowknights. So, gonna have to show some love for that one, but all alone in the 1v4. It won't let me switch to him, thank God. Here we go with Robot Rod. A 1v3. He's 3 and 5 on the map, and he's just waiting for one of these players to give him anything, but they are not going to do so, and maybe he's going to hit all the way through this, and I hope and I pray that this plan is to go towards that A objective, or that B objective, but it is not going to be the move. He's going to get caught here, or at least he should, laying this bomb down, and now tied 4-4 in the SND. This series, neck and neck, and I don't know which team is going to take the series, much like I don't know which team is even going to take this map. And I mean, I think it hasn't been consistent, the sides and who's winning them on this map. If I'm correct, I think the Hollowknights stole 2 straight just now after the Guerillas did just that. So I can't really say offense or defense showing love to either team specifically. I think both teams having their fair shake at winning both, so it just comes down to who has the better game plan in these last 4 rounds. Round 9 of Search and Destroy on red card, starting off here with the A push for the Hollowknights. And number 8, who is that? That is Robot Rod on the big pinch. He did not have a big map 1, but he's going to have a big impact in the map 2. Gets the bomb down. Desi with the follow-up. Now a 1v4 if you're J-Wall very quickly. These defenses seemingly clinical if you are the Guerillas. They have slipped up here and there, but when you do see them win these defenses, it ends up just like that. One player on the Hollowknights squad ends up in this 1v position, just feeling uncomfortable, feeling like he can't find a place to go, and he can't, and he gets taken out. The Guerillas taking the 5-4 lead. And people in chat, let me know, who do you think is gonna take this map right now? Personally, I think the Guerillas close it out and get us to that map 4. I'm going to hop on Desi, looking at him here to make the play to close this map out. And so, another B hit if you are the Guerillas. But the Hollowknights are ready for this one, and it does look like some commentary, I mean not commentary, but communication coming out that they need to wrap this, hit back towards that A site. And what can they find Desi? Just playing safe, checking everything he can, slowly moving up this side of the map, and he might have just seen Parker sliding towards that stage area. What an awkward interaction there, and I think Parker did get caught out towards the bottom side. They might be looking for him, but that distraction is just enough for Nick to pop out through that top window and get the blood onto Desi, and so a trade does come in. And I'm sorry, on to Too Sweet. A trade comes in, though. On to Parker. So it's going to be Nick, Benny Boy, J-Wall for their life on the map. Only 20 seconds left, though. A big gunfight out of Benny Boy to take out Robot Rod with the bomb. Robot Rod not close enough to his teammates, and now they have to sprint with that bomb to try and get the plant down. And who is the last alive? It's number 1. It's J-Wall, and they're not going to be able to get there in time. They're just going to have to find the kill, and they're not going to be able to do it. And so, around 11 it is. Benny Boy making the play, and sometimes you gotta ask, Robot Rod, what are you doing? You have to get together with your team there. Making solo plays with the bomb is not gonna work in S&D. And so, Robo Rod, maybe costing the map, maybe costing the series. If you are the Guerillas, can they do something here? I will say, defenses have been clinical from the Guerillas, and so in this round 11, you got to think it would turn out the same way. I apologize if you guys heard that. I think there was fireworks outside of my window. And Benny Boy with a big kill on the Robot Rod. And Robot Rod, you have to win those. Robot Rod maybe getting a little bit piss slammed in the round 11. It's windy on the soccer field. If you're on red card, not a good look in the round 11 if you're Robot Rod. But you have Desi on a 4 streak. You have Novo still in this round. This play gonna go back over towards the A site. And so let's hop on board with the bomb carrier number 3. That's Benny Boy. Been making plays this map for his team. He has only 4 kills, but 2 of those that we've seen so far have been very important. And now this bomb going down, even more important. And now it's on them to hold this site. Parker with the shaky shots, but gonna finish the kill. Gotta find another though. And so what can they find? Number 6 and number 7. That's Desi, that's Novo. In this round 11, they have 20 seconds to work with until that bomb can no longer be defused. They have to find the kills onto Benny Boy, onto Parker. They feel confident in these gunfights, you would think, but the defuse gonna come in and he's gonna get some protection. Gotta play his life. And now the defuse gonna get there before they're able to stop it. And wow, the Ninja Defuse 2v2. An iron ball play out of Novo and Desi. The duo that hates each other being the duo that wins the map. And maybe some animosity between the boys can be cleared up if we are Desi and Novo making that play together. Maybe a butthole clinching play, but they are going to win the map and tie the series up 6-5. And so far, it has not disappointed. The Guerillas tie it up in a 6-5 fashion. Round 11. Couldn't have asked for a better map 2 after that map 1. And I mean, can anybody in the chat even try to predict who might win this series? Because right now, I have no clue. Neither team really showed me anything there that made me believe that they wouldn't choke or not even choke. That sounds they wouldn't choke or clutch. I mean, there's nothing that they show me there that shows me that they can't win or lose this series if you are either team. And so, 1-1, Hollowknights Guerillas. And if you guys aren't enjoying these family ties matches tonight, then maybe Call of Duty just isn't for you, because I mean, it has been a good one. A map 5 in the first series. Will we see another here? At least 2 very close maps to start this one out, and I do think even if it only ends up being 4, neither of these maps are going to be clear and cut. I think it's going to go down to the wire. And so Protocol Control going to be where we continue this series. And we have some expectations for the Hollowknights in the chat. Maybe a little disappointed if you're a Hollowknights fan, if they're not able to clutch this series up. You did see the Guerillas struggle in their first series, and now going neck and neck with the Hollowknights, and it does look like they decided to switch the teams again, so I'm going to have to switch the sides. And trust me, I'm not angry. I'm just kidding, I'm not angry. Not at all. But I'm going to go ahead and get those switched around. And big opening gunfight, but Desi not able to win it, and I apologize. I'll be able to switch as soon as I get finished with these overlays. And here we go. Desi trying to push up this B street once again, makes the same play, finds a 2-piece, 3 dead. If you are the Guerillas, if you're the Guerillas, I apologize. The Guerillas starting out hot, getting aggressive in the spawn is Desi, trying to spawn them in that back grandma's area, trying to get that spawn trap in early to try and make some progress on B, but 3 gonna go down, and now 3 up on the B objectives. If you are the Hollowknights, the Guerillas coming through the top side. Desi gets traded immediately, and Desi gonna have to try and figure out a way he can play for those kills without throwing his life immediately. Gotta get some trades here, or some non-traded kills. If you are Desi, so far 3 for 3 on the trades. But again, a tick on to B, soon to be a tick on to A. If he can win the gunfight on to Parker, he does. That's a big one. His teammate with the help through the top side. That's Robot Rod, maybe a little overzealous after the first kill. Gonna also need to try and play his life just a little bit more, and that might be the name of the game if you are the Guerillas there. Just needing to win some of those gunfights and try to stay alive, try to stay together, try to get that stack in rather than overchalling and trying to get these kills. Once again, Novo, again a little overzealous through that front side of Grandma's, and now Too Sweet all up to him. Big 2-piece to open up the map for his team, but Benny Boy running rampant in the back. He's going to find a 2-piece if you're Benny Boy. And now J-Wall follows it up with a 2-piece of his own, and that's going to be the round. Only 2 ticks coming in if you're the Guerillas. And a strong start to the round, but it did not finish off very well. If you are the Guerillas slowed down, kind of got stuck in the spawn there and weren't able to get really out of it. Once again, Benny Boy even running rampant, getting his own wave of kills through that spawn trap. And so, if you're the Guerillas, gonna have to prevent that from happening next time. But let's hop on board with J-Wall here. Kill leader in the lobby, and actually, let's once again hop on board with a listen-in with the Hollowknights and see how they're coming to try and take this lead in the series.
One D plus one, D plus one,
One minute.
flanking. He's by the boat. No, he's
Shut up.
he's ladder, dead.
Alright,
Okay.
6-2.
I'm hopping B with you.
I'm about to get one for free.
I'm looking top mid for the cutoff.
I'm here.
You
I'm here.
got one
You
in.
guys go.
Let's
I'm
bring
here.
it.
You guys go. Another one here, mid. Dead.
I'm dead.
Nice. Shit on.
Oh my
Another
God.
one. Nice.
Stay on the
Back
point.
tower,
Let's
back
go.
tower. Black tower. He's on
on B.
Nice.
Go.
Stop
Hit that shit, hit
In
that shit.
tower. In tower.
Tower. One shot. Snake, bitch.
I'm
Not
an
even.
idiot.
I was a
Nice.
one pump. He's top mid.
Yep.
One more tower.
shot
Into
tower.
One shot Nova.
One
One
shot
shot
tower.
Nova.
Tower.
Stay up,
Too
stay up.
sweet.
I'm nading outer. Top mid, top mid, top mid.
Above you.
Yep.
Two gonna be on you there.
Oh no.
Relax here, guys.
Keep playing
Relax.
them. Let's go,
Relax.
table.
Relax.
We're good.
Outer
We're
on
good.
you. Outer on you.
Oh my!
I got him.
Dude, you're insane.
I'm looking outer tower.
Yep.
One more outer tower.
One
Outer
shot, one
tower.
shot,
I'm just hitting A. I'm just hitting
I
A.
had to reload, bro.
Good job. Ben.
Another one tower on B. On B. One is the
Okay,
third side.
relax.
Look at me.
We're up here.
He's
Help
top
out.
mid, don't come mid.
Go on B.
He's lit,
Nice,
he's
man.
lit. He's top ledge, top ledge. I'm looking mid.
I'm coming
I'm
for
looking
A. Mid gun. Two mid gun.
I got one. Mike
One's
is
on
our
bottom.
bottom.
In.
On A
Look at
weak.
sidewalk. Sidewalk.
Hey, he's gonna be pushing our side.
He pushed our side. He pushed our side.
Okay.
Sidewalk. Bottom sidewalk. Bottom
Nice.
sidewalk.
Yep, I'm hitting
Wait,
B
one
with you,
more, one more.
buddy.
He's the bottom sidewalk.
Whoever's on B, I'm
bottom
hitting
sidewalk.
it.
Bottom sidewalk
Nice.
dead.
Nice.
Outside tower.
I'm trying to look. I'm
Shit
trying to look.
on. Come on.
I got
good
your
help,
flank, I
man.
got your
Mid gun, Novo. He's gonna
Mid
hop
gun?
over your top mid gun right now. Trust.
Dead. Weak. One shot.
Dead. Oh
Shit.
my god.
Good,
One
man.
more. What about Rod?
Dead.
Easy got up 5
Oh,
here.
one more. Top mid. Top mid. Top mid. He's top mid. Yep.
Yep.
Sidewalk.
Yeah,
Sidewalk.
dead.
Another one. Top
Another
mid.
one there.
Hey,
Another
we
one
can just
there,
post
sidewalk.
up. 13-8. 13-8. Slow down.
Sidewalk.
Sidewalk.
Nova one shot at a time. One sidewalk.
Burger.
Sit down.
Guys, stay up. Stay up. I'm gonna take a route through their left.
One more
Keep
time, one more
pressure
time.
on.
One on A and then one on the
Sidewalk?
green
Is he
little
on sidewalk?
block
I'm
thing.
pinching. Stay up.
And we are back. And I mean, what a good round if you are the side of the Hollowknights. 9v4 now to try and close this one out. And now a 3v9 if you are the side of the Guerillas. Looking to go down 0-2 in the control. And gonna be thankful that they were able to clutch that round 11 on the map too, because so far the control been a blowout for the side of the Hollowknights. The capture coming in. And I mean, the Hollowknights strong here, and I'm sorry, I'm not sure why that just happened. And so, the Guerillas gonna have to dig deep on this offense. Let's see how they elect to break off here. See which objective they're gonna go for. Desi has the sub out. And usually, correct me if I'm wrong, Desi gonna be a player that you expect to run the AR. And so maybe that uncomfortability of the sub gonna play a factor in why he's struggling here so far in this one. Checks the wrong corner, but gonna be able to get the turn on in time. On to J-Wall. Trade 2 for 2 with Parker. Parker going for the 3-piece. His brother Nick maybe steals it from him. Gonna have a talk about that one later. A little brotherly conversation. Hey, bud, why'd you do that to me? But Nick looking for this kill on the B objective. They know a player's gotta be here. Robot Rod gets taken out. Maybe trying to pull some attention off of his teammates in that spawn trap, but so far it has been demolition if you are the Hollowknights in this map 3. Gonna look to go 3-0 on this map and up to 1 in the series. And you have Benny Boy once again getting lost in your spawn, getting kills. And I mean, he's just gonna be there to help them out. And Novo builds some space, gets a 2-piece. Can he find a third onto J-Wall? J-Wall, good stun there to stop that top mid push, keep them staggered. And these kills for the Hollowknights are everything. But 2, 3 go down if you're the Hollowknights, all up to J-Wall towards this mid map. And I apologize, there are still 2 up. So J-Wall must have been the first in that kill feed off spawn, but Parker also going to get taken out as well. And so a semblance of life and a chance to capture this A objective if you are the Guerillas, but a missed opportunity from Desi. Going to miss the guy on the pinch. And now Nick gets a big 3-piece. Nick able to slip through there, and I wish I would have been able to swap to him and maybe show that 3-piece. But we'll probably see it here in the final kill cam, I would assume. Because, I mean, it was nasty. But Benny Boy gives this team some hope, a chance here to try and stop the time. Too sweet on that A objective still, or on that B objective, I apologize. And they are gonna get the kills, gonna close the round out. And a 3-0 victory for the side of the Hollowknights on that map 3. And if you're the Guerillas, you just got to put that one behind you. Not think about it too much. If you're Desi, if you're Novo, you know you've got to turn up here and try to help in the slaying department, because so far, in that map at least, the Hollowknights reigned supreme. In that map 1, the slaying was a little bit closer. It led to a closer scoreline. And so you're going to have to look to them to try and recreate that for the Guerillas in this map 4 if they want to get back in this series. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and swap these teams around because they are going to keep the sides in game. So, a 2-1 lead if you're the Hollowknights. Going into this map 4, the respawns, and I apologize, map not started yet. The respawns have been clinical if you're the Hollowknights. Could have been a 3-0. Weren't able to close the search and destroy out. So, gonna have to heat up here, looking to close it out in 4 if you're the Hollowknights. It's felt like your series from the start. Can you do it? Can you ice up? And so, let's go on board with Desi to start this map. And actually, we have not done a listen-in with the Guerillas, so let's see how their comms are flowing and see if they can get back into the series as this map starts.
Hey, well, shut up. Top cat, pull. Last,
Third.
top.
Top cat dead. 4. They're all
Good
20
shit.
ammo.
There's 20 ammo, yep. I'm trying to get your brown. I
One
have brown,
back,
I have brown.
back,
Nothing
back.
brown, nothing
Got
brown.
nothing lights. I'm sliding your short.
Nothing
Nick
brown.
tag short. Nick tag
Could got
short.
splits.
Nick tag short. J-wall short.
Yeah, they
Two
did.
lights.
One
Two
top
lights.
cat.
Two lights. Two lights.
Top cat, top cat.
Great, let's
Last
get
one,
cat.
Paul. Last one, Paul. Top cat.
Bro,
Hey,
you
went
challenged.
through
He's
short,
P2.
short.
He's P2. P2 now. P2
Yep.
now.
We spawned out.
One short.
They spawned there. I'm trying to cut new.
He's going stairs. He's going
Stun
cat
one,
In
nice.
new
Stun
pool.
one,
In new
cat
pool.
steps.
In behind the half wall new.
Oh wait, Paul's
Bro,
still top.
he's challenging this? This kid's a fucking nut.
I spawned out art.
He's gonna be-
Short cat.
Short.
All right, we
Hey.
gotta lock this in and play
Hold on,
together,
boys.
guys.
Everyone hit left. Everyone hit left.
I'm short
Nick's
cat or
gonna be
left cat.
playing short. Nick's gonna be playing short or something. Yeah, bro, long.
Nick a bullet.
Nick's a bullet short. Nick's a bullet short. He's in the right corner, Jake.
He's stunned in.
He's on truck short.
All deep in the back, Javante, and then one's close. Deep in the back,
One
Javante.
close,
I'm your short.
dead.
Someone grab time. I spawned
Ben,
mid.
low,
Javante
nice.
tagged in the back. Paul's still in the back too, on truck.
Javante dead in the
They all
back. Two
spawn
there.
back there.
Two oil.
They
Pushing
all
short.
spawn back there. Yeah.
Pushing
yeah.
short right now, Paul.
I spawned
Short
P1.
right
Ben
now,
dead.
Paul.
Ben
Mike.
dead back. Ben dead in the back.
Short's
Another
a
one front.
bullet,
Another one
bro.
front on you.
Short
Turn
dead.
around.
Another one all the way out front.
Jamonte's spawning out. We're
Yep.
spawning here. Short,
Yep.
short now, short now.
Heard that. Stunning it. Nading it.
Let's go. Nade
One's
go.
close,
Got nade,
J-wall,
that
I
was
think.
huge.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He didn't die.
Short.
Still
I'm just
short.
laying down.
I'm giving it
laying
up. I'm leaving it out.
Short dead.
Go, Mike.
He's already gonna be
I'm
top bar probably.
Some fantastic comms if you're the Guerillas. I loved hearing that. Down 2-1 in the series, a blowout map 3, and the passion flowing in the comms for the map 4. 47-36 is the score after the P2. Novo playing for that art side control. This is big. These gunfights going down. Can they separate themselves from the Hollowknights in this map? They haven't been able to do it on any of the respawns. Try and get a lead and hold it. A little bit of a lead at here and there in that map 1, but never were able to maintain anything significant. Now spawn's gonna flip in the favor of the Hollowknights, but number 3, that's Desi. He's gonna slip through. Can he find the gunfight on the top? Not gonna be ready for Benny Boy. Watching the backside, a big read out of Benny Boy, and so a lead for the Hollow Knights, a setup on the P4, and as I said, they needed to hold that. It was really big. Those gunfights crucial, but they weren't able to do it. Desi with the follow-up after the kills out of Robot Rod. Time denial. In from the Grim Reapers, Hollow Knights. Spawning in the back, though. Going to be able to flood right into that time, and if the trades keep going the way they are, this hill could get out of hand. If you are the Guerillas, they're going to have to get here and win a trade battle or two. Robot Rod playing a little too slow through this front side, and I would like to see him just slide in with his team there before he gets shot in the back, and it doesn't happen. He does get weakened, but his teammates able to get the trades. There is a natural pinch forming if you are the Hollow Knights, but Parker gets taken out in the back, and if this last 17 seconds goes towards the side of the Guerillas, they will have a slim, about 10-point lead going into that P1 on the second rotation. Second rotation going to be huge for both of these teams. This is usually where they separate the men from the boys when you're talking about Call of Duty. That first rotation, both teams usually going back and forth, testing each other out, and seeing what routes the other likes to take. But Desi going to have a big fight up through the top side. Novo gets the trade for him, though. 3 down for the Hollow Knights. The Guerillas have a chance here to garner some time on this P1 and parlay it into a P2 hold, but they do lose the second wave, not able to maintain that hold, and so now all up to Novo to keep these spawns and keep these guys from being able to take this map control. Novo with a big 2-piece. Can he find the third? Parker with a big win to get his team those P2 spawns, and this map still incredibly back and forth. Another tight one, and only the map 3 so far in the series going to be a blowout, and that's going to be a blowout for the side of the Hollow Knights. So you hope that the Guerillas have the grit to fight their way back into this one, because it looks like the Hollow Knights aren't going to give them any easy ones here. Too sweet. Big kill through the front side. Now that's 2 down. If you're the Guerillas and they can hold this through the front side, it's not as difficult as it may seem. As long as they can win these fights, they have these guys trapped in this back P2 area. Nick is one shot. I would like to see these players try to challenge them together, but Too Sweet gonna do it solo. Gonna be all left up to Robot Rod to try and finish those trades out, and he's not gonna be able to do it. And I think just indecisiveness gonna hurt the Guerillas there. Maybe should have tried to chow that guy out in the backside as soon as they got him weak, and then played together for that front side pinch. But not gonna happen. And so, did someone say parlay? And I mean, we can start taking over-under bets if we'd like on some of these matches. I've got the under for Durbo, though. Let me tell you. I'm just kidding. But can Too Sweet try to find some map control for his team? The answer is no. Kills going down in favor of the Hollow Knights. The Hollow Knights, big time here out of them. 127 to 118 is the score. Set up in the P4 side of the map. Trying to just keep this P3 mixy, and that's all you really want to do here if you have these spawns, is to try and keep the other team out of this P3 time. Keep the score in your favor heading into that P4 if you can keep those spawns. But it does look like at the same time that all of that time is going to go to the Guerillas. The Guerillas also make the plays to get up the map, try to flip the guys on the Hollow Knights back out. And so the Guerillas have this P4 set up, and a lead change could be coming in for the first time in the map. And now the series in danger of going 5. And that map, too, was around 11. So you know that if you are the Guerillas, you have the chance to keep yourselves in this one. A big gunfight out of Robot Rod. Not going to be able to find the second. He's got 1 minute and 9 seconds in time. And so he's trying to do, trying to contribute to his team a lot more than he did in that control. That control maybe had a little bit of a tough one. So wants to make up for it here. Can he find something through the front side? The answer is no. J-Wall with a 2-piece. like a statue on the statue, keeping that head glitch alive, but he does get taken out. Novo and Desi combined for 2. They know that there's one player on point, one player in that top side, and so they get the kills, get the break, and now gonna be about a 5-point lead if you are the Hollowknights going into this third rotation. And once again, we have a control that is, I mean not a control, a hard point that is like just very back and forth, very gritty. Both teams not wanting to give an inch. Both teams, even if they don't get those spawns, they're making a very easy work, of those breaks, and just being able to keep this game mixy. But right now, the Guerillas in danger of losing the series 3-1, down 30 points in crunch time. What can Desi do? Trying to slide through the right side, gets taken out. Novo for the trades. J-Wall keeping those P2 side spawns for his team. Those are preferable here coming into this rotation. But this push, it's it for the Hollowknights. I mean, I'm sorry, not for the Hollowknights, but for the Guerillas. I keep mixing these teams up, and I apologize for that. But big 3 kills, big 4 kills for the Guerillas in that P2 rotation does go in this favor, but it doesn't look like number 3 and Desi is going to read that backside spawn, and once again, maybe going to be confused once the map ends, not understanding how they were able to get these backside spawns. Desi going to find 2, but his teammates lose the gunfights up front. Time denial out of 2 sweet, but Nick slides right on in. J-Wall with the support, and so the lead ever so slightly gaining for the Hollowknights, trying to close out this series in a 3-1 fashion. And yeah, Parker 33 and 19. And I mean, in the map 1, it was close. And as I said, he didn't have a spectacular map, and I wouldn't say he necessarily got destroyed, but wasn't standout. And now you gotta say, Parker having a standout map on this vault. And I apologize, maybe haven't been on board with him quite enough. Him and J-Wall both trying to keep their team ahead in this series. And when you have your hypothetical tier 2s and tier 3s shooting like that, you're going to have a good time. 211 to 175 is the score, but good side spawns are going to be in favor of, I apologize, we don't know, but the Guerillas going to get that spawn. They're going to have to clear this guy out, number 5, through the backside. Luckily, 2 players do know that they have to play for that time denial, but can the second gunfight win come in on the backside? Number 5, and I apologize, I was on the wrong gunfight. Those gunfights towards mid going down, but I mean, the big important one is J-Wall finding the 2-piece through the bottom side. 36 and 22 on the map, and just chowing out. Not able to finish the kill, but staying alive in this top art area is huge for his team. 186 to 221, a similar scoreline as the last game going into the last hill. And let's see if the side of the Guerillas are able to break it this time. Too sweet with the sneaky play through the backside, trying to play spoiler. He's just got to play his life, wants to try and break in, can't let too much of this time go in favor of the Hollowknights. The Guerillas, time is of the essence, but the spawn out is going to come in, and they're going to have splits. They're going to know these guys are going to have to be in that P1 area, and the Guerillas can't win it here. So if they can hold the rest of this time and keep the Hollowknights at bay, then we will see another P1 and a chance here, a bit of life in the series, a bit of life in the map for the Guerillas. Too sweet, a little overzealous through the top side, and now no longer will either team be able to win it here. Big gunfight out of Robot Rod for the rest of this time. 2 players on it, and they don't want all of this time to go to the Hollowknights because it puts them very dangerously close to that win. A big kill out of Desi through this top side, and I mean, what is gonna happen here? This is crazy. So far, an amazing series. Even if it ends in 4, you gotta think both teams with a huge chance here to try and win this map. And I mean, both of them can close it out on this P1 still. And it looks like a P2 spawn still coming in. If you are the Guerillas, they got to win these fights on time, though. Parker with a big 2-piece, a big 3-piece, aggressive play up the inside. And now, that might be it Parker calls game 42-30, and I don't think anybody from the side of the Guerillas is going to be able to get back there. And Parker calls game if you're the Hollowknights. Parker in the kill feed, and it looks like we're going to be able to see it here. And no, this is going to just be another 3-piece out of Parker. Sure, we'll take it. He was having himself a day. We'll take it, but Parker going to be the player to win that one for them in the 3-1 fashion. And wow, what a series out of both teams. And you cannot hang your head low when you talk about the Hollowknights. I mean, I'm sorry, I keep messing that up. When you talk about the Guerillas really had a good series. I mean, they had their chances there. Definitely could have won that map 4. Even could have won that map 1. A few more rotations go their way. But 250 to 230 going to be the final score in the map 3. And 3-1 going to be the final score in the series. And I mean, you got to love that if you're the Hollowknights. A great series clutching up in those close ones. So we're going to have to hop in here and see how they feel in the post-match interview. Hollowknights. Big win for your Major 5. Is that y'all's first match, first win? Okay. Nice. And a big 3-piece at the end there to call game. Things were getting a little tight, but CEO Parker had to pop in and show them. And how do you guys feel? Yeah, it was a great match, and I mean, it was fun. It was awesome watching you guys. I mean, both of those hard points came down to the wire. One or two waves for both teams could have came out victorious. So you guys clutch it up. GG's. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Oh no. We gotta run it back. What was the first question I asked y'all? It's because the media sources always do that. Hold on.
It happens, man. It happens.
All right, they can hear you guys now. My
Yeah.
gosh, and the stream is 30 seconds behind, so they're gonna be typing mute here. One-on-one interview with MVP. And I mean, who do you guys? I'll let you guys vote your MVP for
Parker.
the series there.
Parker.
Yeah,
He
I'll
went
say
huge in the
Parker.
control. He
Oh
went
my
huge in the
God.
control and got a 3-piece on a hard point when we were dead, not rotated. So it was a mixy hill. He just came out with a 3-piece, man. What can we say? He was shooting.
Yeah,
Should I turn my cam on?
Kept us locked in for sure.
Bro had me. Once he got that 3-piece, I just started sprinting. I didn't even have to do anything. I just sprinted towards the hill. He did all the hard work right there. I'm not going to lie. Because we were looking cooked on that P4 rotation. Like, we gave up half the time. Since we had a weird kind of split spawn, and then Nick got literally back-ended somehow when we thought we had the whole fucking map covered, but it is what it is. Parker then clutched up on that next P1 rotation from P4, so it's good.
And
Yeah,
I
fun.
can switch over if we want to do the interview, but I can't turn my cam on because it's hot in my room and I don't have a shirt on.
No, that's fine. We can just do it right here if you wanted to ask.
Yeah. Okay,
No shirt? Come on, you know I'm ready.
Alright. I mean, I didn't have specific questions prepared for an MVP.
No, you're good.
I think we should try to do that.
Yeah, definitely. We don't have to do it tonight, but we could do it. We can start setting it up.
I can even make the overlay so that there's two.
Yeah, that sounds good.
For an interviewer and a.
Shout out Ben.
Bro,
Ben's a real MVP.
bro Nick dropped a real 40.
Shout out you guys. No, yeah, that series before, you guys, that was a crazy series.
Yeah, both crazy series on the night. That was fun. So, anyway,
Yeah, for sure.
That's gonna do it for us on the Family Ties COD League. Everybody for stopping by, we appreciate it, and GG's.
GG's.
GG's.